Hello and welcome to Gamezo. I'm Jacob, and joining me today is the one and only G2 Support MikyX. Mickey, thank you
Hello.
so much for taking the time to join us. Commiserations on today's game. Obviously, it felt quite close, and you guys were playing like really aggressive. You were looking for picks, but you didn't get the win. So, how was the game for you?
The game was overall all right. It was like a bit weird. Um, I felt like probably when we have Thresh, we probably have some kind of front line with it because it was hard to face check against the enemy team. Like if
Mm,
someone tries to go into dark areas of the map and they get Talisman combo, they probably get one shot. So that's definitely a hard part about playing this game. And yeah, we misplayed quite a few fights. Like when there was the pause, we're like, okay, this fight is like really free win. Like it
yeah.
looked really good, and then somehow we lost all those fights. I don't know what we did, but yeah, we misplayed all of those fights, and then somehow they got leads, even though on paper it should have been really free. Both of the fights we lost after the pauses. Um, and then yeah, I mean, I guess they just played better in team fights, and that was kind of it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Obviously there's already like it's only been half an hour or so, and there's already been a lot of controversy about these pauses, and it's the internet, so what do we expect? But how do you as a player deal with these pauses? Obviously you guys on G2 are all veterans, so do you just kind of get on with it? Does it not really affect you?
For me, it doesn't matter too much. I think as long as everyone knows the position of the enemies, that then it's still fine. As long as don't forget that I don't know someone is really close to the fight.
Mm,
Like for example, the bot lane fight. I think I just have to remind myself that I don't know Tristan and Alistar were like really next to the fight, like near the Mundo. Um, and yeah, otherwise, usually you just kind of look around and I played some rock paper scissors with upset across the stage. I lost 3-2, so
damn.
I guess it was meant to be that we lose the stage
Yeah,
as well. It was
doomed,
my bad.
doomed from the rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
Obviously the draft was a big talking point for this game because it felt like Fnatic just went really hard on Rekkles. They kind of took away so many AD carries, and you guys committed to the first pick. So clearly you weren't expecting to lose so many AD carries. How did the draft develop from that, and then how did we eventually land on the Vayne?
I mean, we still had quite a few AD picks prepared. We just felt like it was a really good Vayne situation because I had like Alistar, Irelia, Mundo. I
Mm,
think all these three champs are like quite bad against Vayne. Like in team fights,
yeah.
they usually just like shred all of them. And with Thresh, we kind of secure a free laning phase, and they also had Alistar, so lane was pretty free. And if Vayne gets through lane, she's like pretty strong overall. So I felt like, yeah, it was a pretty good pick. Um, Even though it's like with Thresh, it's maybe a bit awkward. They don't really have like the best synergy, Thresh
Mm,
Vayne.
yeah.
But as long as we get some early push, then we're probably gonna be fine. I think maybe I should have roamed more a bit this game and let Vayne just farm on the tower as long as she can't get off. Because I feel like uh, Irelia is kind of a champ where you have to play around it. So if I was mid more, maybe really I would have a harder time to play the game. And then, yeah.
Um, so then I think like talking about Rekkles' champion pool, one thing that was a big talking point over the break was the fact that in spring Rekkles didn't really play much of the like like the Jinx and the Callisto as well that was rising in popularity. So obviously you guys went away, you were on your stream and off stream just spam playing different stuff, and you were calling a lot of those shots, what they was picking and stuff. So how did the off season go? Does it feel like it set you up for a lot of success, and have you felt better going into the split with Rekkles' champion pool now?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of started expanding our champion pool a lot, maybe after week 3 or 2 or something. We started picking up stuff like Callista, we played yesterday. Yeah, stuff like Jinx, we also played week 2, I think.
Hmm.
And just in general, I think we have a lot of options for AD. So even today, we felt really comfortable going to 4-5, and we have a lot of AD picks prepared for any situation. We didn't really practice Vayne that much, but it was a good pick. So we're like, okay, yeah, that fits. So just kind of pulled it out. But yeah, it feels a lot better now because it just feels like we have a lot more options, and no matter what champion is gonna be meta, we're gonna be able to play it. So yeah.
Okay, nice. Um, Do you because your champion pool I think is like very deep as well. We even saw the Poppy come out from you, and I think you're one of the very few supports in the world willing to play stuff like the Poppy. I enjoy watching it because I think it's very good into this meta. So do you spend a lot of time trying to learn these different champions, knowing that it helps your team in the draft?
I don't really spend time learning them. I just kind of play them, I don't know, whenever they fit.
Okay.
So like whenever I'm playing solo queue, I will try to take into consideration enemy champs and my champs, and then what champion has a good kit against it, I guess, and try to play that. Like for example, Poppy has a lot of dashes to stop in this current meta. Like I don't know if Tristana's, Diana, Xin, I don't know. People with like long range dashes that they rely on. Poppy's just good against them, and you can probably lane with it. Gragas is another pick that another one of those picks that I played for quite a while, and it kind of fits a lot of comps because you can play Peel Gragas, you can play Engage. I also like the Everfrost buffs. It's a bit cheaper, so I can afford Everfrost and support Gragas. It's really nice to play with it.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, I think playing Nautilus Leona perma in solo queue will not make me any better at this champ, so I might as well try new stuff and then see if it's actually useful. And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Rekkles has like said on stream a very similar mentality that if you're just playing the same champions over and over, you're never going to get any better because you're already, so like well drilled on them. So I think obviously we couldn't go a full interview without, the elephant in the room, the 0-4 like back-to-back weekends you guys had. And I don't want to obviously like make you dwell on it, but how was the team atmosphere and the mentality, and how did you guys bounce back from that?
Yeah, surprisingly, the team atmosphere was still pretty good. Like Monday when we came back to scrimming, it felt as if we were just like, pretty good in the standings. We just went 4-0. It was like, yeah, it's pretty chill. I mean, of course, we had quite some talks about what we could change to make it better. And I felt like, yeah, we improved on our drafting and just talking in game about stuff. And yeah, I mean, I felt like we played much better these past 2 weeks. Today was like kind of weird. We played kind of bad, but happens. We played against Fnatic. They're like probably the best team right now, so it doesn't feel too bad to lose. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the rest of the teams we got for the rest half of the split, we're gonna win against everyone. So I'm not too worried.
Good. And obviously, I feel like everyone's talking about this. I have to ask. What was your reaction to bold caps? Like when you first saw it, what was the reaction there and then?
I just started laughing. I couldn't actually believe it because I just like woke up on Sunday. It was 1 p.m. and then Rasmus just like opens the door like really what's it called? Really thin, I guess.
Yeah.
Just I could only see like this part of his face, and I saw like a bit like no hair up there. But I was like, wait, am I just like too tired? Like, what am I seeing? And then he opened the door fully. I just started laughing so hard. It was actually crazy. I couldn't believe every time I looked away for like a few seconds and I looked back and I saw him bolt. I just started laughing. I couldn't believe it. Honestly. And then this went on for like maybe a week straight until I like kind of got used to him being bold.
I think it's one of the like G2 is well known for its memes. This is one of the best ones. Which is your favorite? Is it Avatar caps, Megamind caps? I like Rise caps because it feels like he's now trying to cosplay Rise. So have you seen one that's your favorite?
I like the Avatar one, but I did tell him that he should like buy some blue paint and get some like tattoos to be like Rise and just play Rise all the time.
I mean, it worked for Faker, so.
But I like Avatar the most, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so to get back to the actual games, how do you see the league, like the LCS right now? Obviously, you've just said you think Fnatic's probably the best team in the league. Rogue's up there with them, and yet you guys beat them. It was not even close, it's fair to say. So how are you seeing the league unfold? Sure, you guys are in the middle, but it feels like you're still right there contending with those top teams.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like playoffs is going to be between us, Rogue, and Fnatic, probably. I think teams that could maybe do something would be like Misfits, Mad Lions. Yeah, I'm not sure with Mad, honestly. It feels kind of weird watching their games. It doesn't feel like they're that great. They just I think they just play bad individually. But I mean, yeah. I mean, last split they weren't that crazy as well, but then in playoffs they were just started kind of smurfing. But also I felt like they found good drafts for them to play out that fit them really well. But yes, if I have to say right now, I think us, Rogue, and Fnatic are the best. Yeah, with Fnatic being number 1, and then us maybe number 2, and then
Okay.
Rogue. Yeah.
It's nice that you're confident. Obviously, like if you go through to playoffs, there is a chance. To win LCS, it's looking like you'll probably have to play Fnatic. I say LCS, LEC. Sorry, you're gonna have to play Fnatic again, most likely. So like, how are you feeling going into a best of 5 against them, getting the extra games, different drafts and stuff? Do you still feel confident that you can beat them?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, as long as we figure out some kind of draft that works for us, let's have a few of them prepared, then I think we should be fine. I just feel like we have better players,
Yeah.
like at least adapting wise than them. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah, it is still a long way off. I just, obviously wanted to check. You already brought up your like schedule in the next few weeks, and it, like you said, it does seem like you've got some like good matches coming up. Next weekend specifically, you're going to be playing SK and Misfits. So the SK game, for starters, it feels like SK have not been that great. So, just to start off, how are you feeling going against them?
Yeah, I mean, SK just feels like we should be able to win. I don't think they're very good. As long as we get a playable draft, we should
Okay.
probably win it. I think Misfits, yeah, they're fine. But then again, I just think we're better. I think even last time we were really winning until Elder. So this time
Yeah.
we just, yeah, probably get the Elder or, yeah, just win. Because I don't think they're particularly good. So yeah, I feel like next week should be a 2-0 week.
Okay, nice. And then for the rest of the split, all you guys have left, I would say, as a contending team is Mad. And you've already said that you're not too sure on how they're playing. It feels like with Mad Lions that they're really dependent on their bot lane playing well. So do you guys think that your focus will be bot lane in that game?
I mean, I feel like they're more reliant on Humanoid. I think he either 1v9s or he runs it down really hard. So I
Okay.
think it really depends on what he is doing in the game. I mean, I guess also Karzi hasn't had the best games this split compared to
Mm.
last split. Um, so yeah, I think it's mostly up to Humanoid how he wakes up on the day. And then yeah, Karzi might just give us a game late game. We'll see.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Um, well, that's everything from me. I'm glad you took the time to talk to us. It's been really fun talking to you. Thank you again. Commiserations on today,
thank
but
you.
3-1 for the past couple of weeks, so it looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
we'll take those.
We take those, exactly. There we go. And you already set up the if you lose against SK, it's a draft diff. So